So this is our first episode after our summer break. Just a small intro. My name is Catarina Ferreira and I'm here as the chair of the IEEE Portugal Blockchain Working Group. The working group has been trying for several months now to promote these sessions to engage the Portuguese enthusiasts in blockchain, and we are trying to promote and strengthen the community. We have several participants from not only Portugal, and we welcome you all. If you would like to upgrade your level of involvement with the community, please feel free to drop us an email at blockchain@ieee-pt.org. I will put that in the chat for everyone, okay? So if you have something that you feel that we should know or you want more involvement, please let us know. For these sessions, we would also like to ask you for two things. The first one is only up to you, okay? If you have the will, if you have the opportunity, please turn your camera on, because this remote experience, we feel that should be as close as possible to what we would expect in a face-to-face session, okay? But if you don't feel like it, okay, please do keep your camera off, okay? But for us, at least, it seems important to see everyone and to see all those smiling faces out there, okay? Our feedback, your feedback is very important to us. So we will share with you a link for our form for feedback. So please take a moment to answer to it and ensure that you request your certificate of attendance to this session, okay? Thank you. For today, we will be having Catarina Ferreira da Silva as our guest speaker. The session is entitled Blockchain Skills for ICT Professionals. I will just drop a word of appreciation first to our collaborators for today's session, namely Interdisciplinary Studies Research Center, Institute of Engineering of Porto, Polytechnic of Porto, and Innovinesc. Today's session will present the results of a survey answered by professionals, as well as an open course of fundamental blockchain skills, as much as possible independent of specific blockchain implementations. These results were supported by the European-funded project BLISS. I'm sure we will have opportunity to hear a lot about it in the next couple of minutes. And this project received the distinction from Good Practice Example by the European Commission. Regarding our speaker, Catarina Ferreira da Silva, PhD, Assistant Professor of Information Systems at the Department of Information Science and Technology of the ISCTE University Institute of Lisbon. She is a member of the Information Systems Research Group at the ISTAR IUL, and also a researcher member of the CISUC from the Group of Information Systems. She participated in several European-funded projects, BLITZ, VET4Apps, Nebula, Keystone, Tauntology, co-supervised 3 defended PhD, and co-supervises 5 ongoing PhD students, 3 of which are in the blockchain domain. She was an associate professor at the Informatics Engineering Department of the UCBL Lyon, the University Institute of Technology, Campus Lyon-Tech, Ladois, France. She was also a research member of the Service-Oriented Computing SOC team of the CNRS Laboratory of Informatics on Images and Information Systems of Lyon. She was a research assistant at the University of Coimbra. She worked as a research engineering at the Information Technology and Knowledge Dissemination Department of the Scientific and Technical Center for Building at Sophia Antipolis, France, and she was also a teaching assistant at the Informatics Department of the University Institute of Technology of Nice and Sophia Antipolis. Without further ado, Catarina, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. You have the floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank the IEEE Blockchain Portuguese Working Group and all the other entities involved in the organization of these sessions, and also thank you for inviting me. I don't have my camera turned on. I have some problems with it, so I do apologize, but we continue with in this situation. So I proceed with the outline. So I start with some blockchain basics concepts for those who may not be familiar with blockchain technology. Then I'll present the main results or some of the results of the BLISS Erasmus Plus European project, Blockchain Skills for ICT Professionals, as Catarina introduced in the beginning. This includes the results of an online questionnaire, the identification of mismatches between skill demand and skill supply, the key findings, and finally the introduction to the BLISS open course the consortium has produced. So starting with the basic blockchain concept, some of you already know this, but I don't know if everyone is familiar with this, so I prefer to have a common understanding of the concept. So I like to present the highly cited definition of the USA National Institute of Standards and Technology. They state that blockchain is a collaborative, tamper-resistant, distributed ledger of cryptographically signed transaction records. As we see in the picture here, we have a set of blocks which are linked with the hash of the previous block. Each block has a timestamp, a nonce, and a hash of the block of data. The block of data is this yellow part, which can contain any information we want to register in the block, such as a transaction or information that we want to keep and share with other nodes of the blockchain. So the new blocks are, when they are validated, they are added to the blockchain and they are replicated across all copies of the ledger within the network of the nodes of the blockchain. And if they are conflicts, these are resolved automatically using established rules. Oops. So here we see a taxonomy of blockchain concepts. There are several. This one presents some of the basic concepts some of you are aware of. We can have different access types. If the blockchain network is accessible to everyone, it is named permissionless, without permission. And if it is blocked, it is blocked to some or with some rules for participating in, it's permissioned. A kind of hybrid concept is a consortium blockchain, which can adopt an hybrid access mode. For instance, for some activities, it can be open to the public, and for some other activities, it can be closed and or restricted. There are several consensus protocols. For instance, some of you already know that proof of work is the most known one, used by several cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin. Others are proof of stake, used by Ethereum. Byzantine fault tolerance is used by Hyperledger. And there are some others, such as proof of elapsed time, proof of authority, of identity. Usually, the network should be distributed, but in some cases, some communities prefer an hybrid mode where some nodes have more power to do some activities regarding, for instance, the participation type, which can be public or restricted. This means that the nodes don't have the same roles. Some nodes can view the transactions, some other nodes can propose, some other can validate the proposals, and some of them can only be aware of the existence of the nodes. Blockchain is already applicable to several domains. I list some of them here, but it's not, or it is far from being an exhaustive list. But some of these application domains are supply chain, healthcare, energy, education, or finance. If we try to see what is the process of the operation of the execution of a blockchain, or there are several propositions, but one of them is this one explained in this paper in the bottom, right bottom of the slide. So for initially a transaction is proposed among the partners. It has to be then verified with a signature using a hash function, and a set of transactions or information we want to include in the blockchain is part of a block, is building a block, and then it has to go through a consensus algorithm to validate it, and if it is validated, it can be distributed across the nodes and replicated in the different copies of the ledger. So blockchain is not applicable for all the scenarios. We can see if it is suitable for a particular scenario if you have some of these characteristics or situation, if we have many and distributed participants, if you want or need for the lack of a trusted third party, if the workflow is transactional in nature, for instance, if you want to transfer digital assets or information between parties, if we have a need for a decentralized digital identifier, such as record the existence or the provenance of the digital art, of digital land or property. If we need, for instance, a decentralized naming service or ordered registry, if we need a cryptographically secure system of ownership, if you want to reduce or eliminate manual effort of reconciliation and dispute resolution, if we want to enable real-time monitoring of activities between regulators and regulated entities, and finally, if you want to track the full provenance of digital assets and a full transactional history to be shared among the participants of the blockchain. So these are the main basic concepts. I think it was important to share, because I don't know if the audience is, if everyone in the audience is familiar with this. So now I start with the project I want to present you. I want to introduce you about. So this project has started in 2017 and ended in March this year. It was coordinated by the University of Lyon, where I was till 2019, during 7 years. The other partners are business training, a professional training company in Belgium. ICA Association is an informatic association in Italy. Exilia is also a professional training provider in Greece. The University of Tartu in Estonia, and the company Telesig in Bulgaria. As already mentioned, this project has recently received the distinction good practice example. What was the objectives? The objectives were to determine the most valued and needed blockchain skills for ICT professionals, to design a training course in blockchain applications, and to provide an open access enabling learners self-assess blockchain-related skills. The BLISS project sought to address the following questions. Which are the blockchain training needs for the ICT professionals? How tailored to the needs of ICT industry is the current supply of blockchain skills? And the third question, does the demand for blockchain professionals outpace supply in the labor market? We already know some of these results, but I'm going to provide some of the details of our online questionnaire. It targets the individuals with experience in blockchain technology and computing innovation. It was available in each partner language, and during 2 months between December 2017 and January 2018, and we obtained 179 responses. So regarding the characterization of the respondents and the geographical distribution, we have naturally more responses from the partner countries of the consortium, with 42 responses from Italy, 17 from France, 13 from Estonia, and 11 from Greece, and 6 from Bulgaria and 3 from Belgium, the countries members of the partnership, and then some others from all around the world. Regarding the job function of the respondents, 23% declared being ICT professionals, such as developers, 21 academic researchers, 11 executive in ICT company, 8 consultants, 6 trainers of ICT. We have a high percentage, 26% of others. Among these, some declared or 2 declared to be IT managers, 1 an IT professional, 1 a quality manager, 5 students, 1 trainer and in the financial sector, and 1 investor. And we wanted to know if the respondents were familiar with this concept. So 1% said that 1% of the respondents have never heard of Bitcoin. And regarding the awareness of the relation between Bitcoin and blockchain, 10% said that they were not aware, and among these 10%, 17 were from Italy, 16 from Greece, 4 from Estonia, and 7%. This is all in percentage. So from the other countries were not aware. Regarding the familiarity with blockchain, 42% are responding being slightly familiar with the blockchain, 36% very familiar, and 22% not at all familiar. Regarding the work experience on blockchain, 31% said they were familiar and they had work experience on blockchain services, and 69% had no experience. So from these 31% who said they had work experience on blockchain services, 62% were from other countries than the countries of the consortium, 47% from Greece, 39% from Estonia, 35% from France, and then 21 Italy, and with an equal value of 20% Belgium and Bulgaria. Regarding the years of experience with blockchain of the respondents, so 50% had no experience at all, 26% had less than 1 year of experience, 15% between 1 and 2 years, and 8% of the responders between 2 and 4. So from here on, we leave out the respondents, or the response of the respondents not declaring not working on blockchain services. So this means 69%, and also those not having experience in blockchain, this 50%. This means that we consider now from here on 91 respondents. So we also asked if the respondents think that the blockchain professionals need to be knowledgeable on a set of knowledge fields. And these fields are distributed systems, fundamental of cryptography, security in blockchains and in blockchain environments, and privacy in blockchain environments, and all these. This part of the questionnaire, you used a 5-item Likert chart with these items running from very low to very high. And so the highest percentage of responses in this set of knowledge fields goes to distributed systems with 44% with high importance. And then we have 40% for security in blockchain with very high importance, and with equal value of 36% distributed systems and privacy, and less for fundamental of cryptography. We continue the set of other knowledge fields, distributed types of smart contracts, including legal applications, coding language used in blockchain platforms, blockchain consensus protocols, blockchain economic models, and we see here 35% with an average importance for different types of smart contracts, 34 for blockchain consensus protocols and economic models, and 32 for coding language used in blockchain platforms with high importance, and lesser values for very high importance. Regarding some use cases of application, we also ask if the blockchain professionals need to be knowledgeable on blockchain use cases in financial, banking, and public services, and we got more responses, 37% for public services and less, with an average importance, with 34% of responses for the other considered services. Then we asked for these knowledge fields we just saw, we asked the respondents to rank them in order to select the 5 most needed fields of knowledge for working in this domain. So we got with 15% security in blockchain environments, 14% distributed systems, 13% fundamentals of cryptography, and 11% different types of smart contracts, including legal applications, and with the same value, blockchain consensus algorithm with consensus protocols with 11%. Then the following question was if the blockchain professionals need to have abilities on the evaluation of the settings, potentials, and limitations where a blockchain application may be used, have abilities on the development of use cases of blockchain to accommodate for distinct business needs, the development of proof of concept for envisioned blockchain projects, abilities on leading organizational changes to support the deployment of blockchain applications, and abilities on the communication about blockchain economic models. So here we can see that the highest value is for the development of proof of concepts with 49% with high importance, and 44% for the development of use cases of blockchain. And then with 42% and very high importance, the evaluation of settings where a blockchain application may be used, and with the less importance, an average importance, 42% for the leading organizational changes to support the deployment of blockchain application. The other set of abilities are the development of smart contracts using Ethereum platform, communicate the merits of distributed system to potential clients, assess and review security risks and threats, make recommendation to improve security. So the highest value is for the ability to assess and review security risks and threats with 51%, with a very high importance. And then we have 38%, but with an average importance for development of smart contracts using Ethereum platform, and with less extent, 36%, make recommendations to improve security, communication of the merits of distributed systems with a high importance. Then we also asked the respondents to rank the 5 most important skills among these skills we just saw. So the results are a little different, meaning the highest now is with 80% is the evaluation, the ability to evaluate the settings where a blockchain application may be used. And then with 16% of the responses, the ability to develop use cases of blockchain to accommodate for distinct business needs. 15% the ability to develop proof of concept for envisioned blockchain project. And here, the ability to assess and review security risks and threats appears with a less with the value not so high as before, with 11% of the responses, and the 50 item would be these 3 with 9%, which are communicate the merits of distributed systems, develop smart contracts using Ethereum, and the ability to lead organizational change to support the development of blockchain applications. So if I can summarize these findings, the most needed fields of knowledge are security in blockchain environments, distributed systems, fundamental of cryptography, type of smart contracts including legal applications, and blockchain consensus protocol. So this is according to this questionnaire response, obviously. And the most requested skills according to the respondents are the evaluation of the settings of potential blockchain use cases, including legal aspects, the development of use cases of blockchain for specific business needs, the development of proof of concept for the blockchain project, and finally the ability to assess and to review security risks and threats. Then we wanted to know if there is a mismatch between the skill demands and the skill supplies. So for this, we have gathered and analyzed a set of 80 job vacancy descriptions requesting blockchain skills in May 2018, and we also gathered and analyzed 63 existing training programs in blockchain. Among these are programs provided by universities, by online MOOCs and private entities, Ethereum Alliance. But I know that now, and we all know that now more courses are available, and this is good news. But this was the state of the situation at that time. So what have we done? We sketched these programs and job vacancies descriptions for the keywords and expression characterizing them in order to make a comparative analysis, identifying the skill mismatches and calculating and ranking these skills mismatches. So how can we read these results? We have in the first column the skill demands provided from, or which we gathered from the job vacancy descriptions, and in the column, colored column of the right hand of the table is the normalized balance we calculated between the skill demand and the skill supply. How can we read this? The darker green, or the high positive balance value, indicates that a particular skill demand is well covered in the training program, in the available training programs, while in contrast, a negative balanced value means that there is a skills shortage in the training programs. So we can see, for instance, that in the yellow values, we have distributed ledger technology, operating blockchain systems, and Ethereum blockchain development, which are not on the highest skill provided or offered in the training programs. And in the negative values, we have specific blockchain programming skills, development of specific proof of concept and specific blockchain solutions. And with the highest negative value, we have a shortage of communication skills in the blockchain domain. If we see the limitations and the key findings of this, we conclude it was difficult to effectively verify the content of all training programs, because a majority of the training programs provide only the plans of the content and not the content itself. At that time, the majority of the blockchain training programs were at an introductory level, regarding mainly blockchain terminologies, distributed ledgers, block structure mining, and use case of cryptocurrencies, ICOs. So this represents a very limited subset of blockchain-related skills. And surprisingly or not, our analysis showed that there was, and maybe there still is, a very strong demand for soft and intangible skills, which means being able to explain the implication of blockchain, explain the opportunities and challenges, and the legal frameworks involved in the blockchain context, and also being able to understand and explain new business models. These results also show a strong demand for blockchain proof of concepts and specific design and prototype implementations. Some other findings are these. The training programs do not address all the thematic areas, which is normal. For instance, a course on blockchain distributed systems will not cover necessarily smart contracts. The training programs do not cover the skills areas in the same level of depth. For instance, some provide introductory level, other provide intermediate and at advanced level. So this is interesting because it enables to adapt to a specific level of the audience. And the training programs also vary greatly according to the profile of the target audience. Some of them target software developers, while other target banking and finance professionals or corporate executives and so on. So this led us to the construction of the courses or of the course of the BLISS project. We started by defining the learning outcomes. Then we grouped these learning outcomes in order to obtain these 4 learning units or modules. The first module covers the blockchain essentials for ICT professionals. Mainly, it explains the fundamental blockchain features. The second learning unit, blockchain platforms, presents the technical options for blockchain design, implementation, and operations. It addresses Ethereum and also Hyperledger fabrics. The third module is called Communicating the Business Merits and Challenges and Implication of Blockchain, and it addresses disruption of business models, blockchain value models, and use cases such as supply chain. And finally, the last and fourth learning unit is a practical design and development of a blockchain application, which is a capstone project based on Hyperledger. All these modules are available online at this address. It provides the support, some videos, working assignments, exercises, and we run several workshops and a 2-week online pilot run, and we evaluated it with a questionnaire. With the participants of this 2-week online pilot run, some of them responded to this questionnaire. So we obtained 164 responses, and I hand here with some of the responses a small sample of some of the opinions of the learners. I thank you for your attention.